Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about breaking of stereotypes. Before we get to know how to break our stereotypes, we have to know the difference between sex and gender. Sex, all of you are aware, is biologically determined. It's innate, unchangeable, and universal. Whereas gender, as we have already seen, it is constructed by society. It's learned over a period of time. It's dynamic, changeable, and differs within and between cultures. Considering gender roles, they are a set of behavior, roles, and responsibilities attributed to men and women as culture appropriate. It's a learned or conditioned by socialization process through various socializing agents. The socializing agents already we have seen in the last session. They are the parents at home, teachers in school, peers and colleagues in workplace, media, all those things. Gender stereotypes, we categorize people here into groups by stereotyping them, and we have male stereotypes. When a male child is born into a family, they believe that the son is going to protect them forever. He will be able to provide for them lifelong. So he is given more importance in a family, and he is considered the procreator, that is, he is considered to be the person who carries the family lineage for generations to come. Whereas when a female child is born, she is looked at as a mother, a wife, and a nurturing person by her loving, compassionate, caring, and sympathetic nature. Gender discrimination results because of attributing these characteristics. We say that male characteristics are being strong, capable, adventurous, independent, and active, whereas we believe that female characters are being sweet, naive, confirming, dependent, and caretaking. As you can very well see for yourself, all these characters can also be attributed to women. Even women can be strong, they can be capable, they can be adventurous, independent, and active. Whereas these characteristics which are attributed to female, that is also possible for men. Men also can be sweet, naive, confirming, dependent, and caretaking. But society does not consider all those things. What it does is, it reinforces the gender roles. Again and again, it repeats what role we have to play in society, and through the socialization process, through the household structure, and through our access to resources, that is, maybe if a family is hard up for money and if they can send only one child abroad for higher studies, you know very well whom they will consider, whether they will consider their son or daughter for that. And other locally relevant factors also contribute to the reinforcement of gender roles. And we'll see how gender gets constructed by these socializing agents. Gender gets constructed through sayings. For example, you have a saying in Tamil, I think it is Abhaya's, Undi Surkudal Pendit Kalagu. Sorry, those students who don't understand Tamil, please pardon me, because these things come very natural only in our mother tongue. And the saying that Undi Surkudal Pendit Kalagu, that means that if you cut down on your diet, then that is very good for women. Why should the poet say that it is only good for women? It can be even better for men. Maintaining good diet is better for both sexes, male or female. But they say that we believe that only a woman should be slim and beautiful, whereas a man can put on weight and be bulky, eat whatever he wants, like that. So these sayings are also gender specific, and that helps to reconstruct a woman or man, and through songs also we can have the gender reconstructed. Maybe I can think of Tirukkural where Thiruvalluvar says that தெய்வம் தொழாள் கொழுநன் தொழுதழுவாள் பெய்யென பெய்யும் மழை. That is a woman who worships husband as God will be responsible for rain in society. So husband is almost equal to God here. And through stories, there are so many stories in our mythology, and that says that husband is equivalent to God. And we have even the story of Kannagi, even after Kovalan loses the family property going after Madhavi, she accepts him as a part of her and then fights for him. So such stories also reinforce the role of a woman in society. So many proverbs are there. Media reinforces religion, culture, custom, education, drama. Everything contributes to the construction of gender stereotypes. And there are many harmful effects of this kind of gender stereotyping, because this gender stereotyping takes a simple idea and try to say it works for everyone in a group. Maybe for some women it may be very suitable. We cannot say that it is suitable for everyone in society. This prevents people from doing an activity they like, and what they really want to do they can't do. And it makes it harder for people to be themselves and to like what they like. It also limits a person's life choices. Maybe some women might have excelled in nursing and teaching, so that we can't totally say that only teaching and nursing are suitable jobs for women. So this kind of stereotyping denies people training and professional growth, and life plans are shattered. There won't be any peaceful coexistence in that case. No social justice and no egalitarian society is also possible through this stereotyping. And what we do is we just go along with the crowd. We don't stop and question the society as to why they are stereotyping like this. We have this bystander, what social psychologists call as the bystander effect. We have the pluralistic ignorance, that mob mentality is there for us. We think that others aren't helping, so maybe help is probably not needed, we think. And this is almost similar to conformity. We agree that things are okay in society, and maybe social inhibition also could be a reason for this bystander effect. We fear standing out from the crowd. When all the others say one thing, we don't feel like saying another thing. We fear making a mistake or overblowing the situation. Sometimes there is a diffusion of responsibility. We don't want to take up responsibility for our actions. That also might happen. But after the introduction of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, there is a great change in society. And this was done in 1947 or so. And this considered not as men and women, it considered everyone. It brought everyone under the umbrella term as humans. So everyone was given the right to security rights, that is the right to life, freedom from torture. Everyone was given liberty rights, freedom of opinion, freedom of expressing that opinion. The political rights were granted, the right to vote and right to serve in public office mainly, and equality rights. It said everyone is equal before law, including the property rights for women were sanctioned, and freedom from discrimination, and social rights like right to work and right to education was granted, and minority and group rights also are included under this, where women, children and disabled are specifically included in that. In short, if we inculcate in ourselves all these inclusive beliefs which are given below, then our society will be a better one. What we have to do is, we have to avoid reinforcing gender stereotypes. We should not say phrases like boys will be girls or don't cry like a girl. Such phrases we should avoid, because these phrases marginalize students who don't fit traditional ideas about masculinity and femininity. There may be a boy who feels like crying, and there may be a girl who doesn't feel like crying. But we are streamlining them, and then we are preventing their natural outlet. And we have to switch over from victim blaming and to victim empathizing. So normally whenever there is a rape that happened, then people immediately start blaming the victim, saying that why she went at that odd hour to that particular place and all those things. Instead, we can empathize with the victim. That will be leading us to a more inclusive society. And we have to also understand that being transgender or gender non-conforming is normal and healthy. It is not something abnormal and to be hated. So if we inculcate all these inclusive beliefs, then our society will be a better one. It will also help us to break all the stereotypes, gender stereotypes we face in society. Thank you.